the topic was digitizing business processes for sustainable growth. So you may wonder why is this conversation important, especially at this time? So I know if you've been keen enough, you must have noted a number of things that are happening, especially in the corporate spaces. If you're from the banking sector, I know banks are really biting their nails trying to, befriend fintech startups, because, financial technology is the new thing. And so they're still wondering how do we go about, competing with these startups, the fintech startups and all that. So that's something you must have noted if you're in the banking sector. If you're in the retail sector, the supermarkets and stuff, you must have noted that, the retailers are really scrambling to get into e-commerce. And because nowadays, especially with the generation of the young people that are dominating the market, everyone is shopping online. And so retailers are also really trying to see how they can get into e-commerce and probably serve more people. Of course, if you're in the media sector, again, there is also a conversation about traditional media houses are really unaware that even YouTube channels of these micro influencers, they have even more viewers than they have in their actual viewers of their channels. This is again a very big disruption for the media industry, and they're struggling. So some of them are really trying to even go live. They will sometimes go live on YouTube for their during some of their key programs. And so this is again another disruption that is happening in the tech, where traditional media houses are really trying to compete with these individual micro influencers on YouTube, and some of them have even a huge following than the media houses. And this is also something that is really disrupting the corporate space. Of course, if you're also from the radio side, the radio stations are also debating, should they also find a way of tapping into the Clubhouse and Twitter spaces that are going on, or what should they do? And if you're a TV station, you need to go, YouTube live every time, or what do you have to do? So again, it's another, struggle and conversation, and they're trying to contemplate how to come up with the best strategy to just make sure that they also leverage on that. Of course, if you're from, again, the finance side, the central bank that is used to controlling and regulating paper currency, now it's really struggling to see how they can regulate the digital currency. And if you're from especially the cryptocurrency space, the different coins that exist. And so the struggle is how does now the central bank, as the regulator of the financial system, really come in to also regulate this form of currency. And again, it's also another disruption that is happening in our corporate spaces. Of course, if you're from the business side, you're probably a business leader or a founder. Of course, there is this whole new conversation about remote working. So maybe if you're a business leader, you're wondering, should you adopt permanent working from home or remote working or hybrid working, and how does it really come about? How will you be able to maneuver the two and balance at the same time? It's also another conversation that is really disrupting the space. Of course, and finally, the biggest conversation that I've noted recently is about the data, the data conversation. Everyone is talking about data being, the new oil or the new gold, the new whatever, as a biggest resource for companies. And of course, again, now you're here as a leader, you're wondering, how do you really make this a reality for your organization or for your business? So all these are questions that I know you're asking yourself, whether you're in business or you're an entrepreneur, or you're just a student, or you're even a public servant. I think all technology is affecting our form of life in every aspect, in every way. And so the big question is, how do we adapt to this? How do we position our businesses for sustainable growth in the midst of all these disruptions that are happening? And that's why we have this conversation today.